Yo, YouTube, we back again. Another video, another day, you feel me? Another day, another dollar. We about to react to Hello Beyonce again. Drake ducks another Akademiks interview. I'm not gonna lie, Akademiks is gonna have to learn one day that meat riding isn't the way to go in life. I'm sorry, somebody gotta say it, bro. Cause Pete, Akademiks like that one dude that not getting no hints. Shorty don't want to talk to him, bro. Nah, she said she's busy, bro. Nah, she said she gotta go there, bro. Nah, she should sleep right now, bro, for 12 hours. Gang, she don't bang with you, bro. Let it go. Drake don't bang with you. Let it go. But let's get into it, though.
Let's pop me y'all. Drake finally did his return interview with Bobby Althoff, and he used it as a vessel to address a lot of the questions and narratives that have been running about him in the beef. So it was quite a tactical usage of her, but this was after she had deleted her quit her podcast. It was just a promo run where she said like, oh, this sucks, it's time to, it's time for this to be over. And a bunch of people were talking about like, oh, her podcast is flopping now, which it may have been.
It was.
But initially, who blew her up?
How do you get so many celebrities and just flop? That means you had lack something that people need to see.
Was none other than Drake. Like, he hit her up, took her out of nowhere, blew her up. She started getting a bunch of interviews after that. She got a podcast deal, but then Drake had her take down the podcast. They had issues in their relationship for months after, and apparently they repaired it. But here, not only is this another, not just diss to Akademiks, I wouldn't call it a diss, but just a slight, another person that gets an interview before him, but he calls out all of these other hip-hop media outlets. So I'm gonna play you guys that clip right now, and then we're gonna get into the Akademiks before this interview happened.
I really do feel like, and people are asked like, oh, why are you here doing this again? Like, what's the point? Like, even on the way up here, like, my boy was like, why are you doing this again? And I was like, well,
good question.
What we did, like, it changed a lot of things for a lot of people. It was,
did it? What did it change for?
Me essentially, like, just recognizing somebody that I never met in my life, that I fully believed in, that I thought was really interesting, and I wanted to have an interesting conversation with. It pissed off like so many, like, all these losers conversation with.
Interesting conversation with. She don't be talking about nothing.
All these losers, these like, like story journalists, and like this guy and that guy who like feels so entitled to this interview about, and Drake never does anything for like this.
Keep it a bean though. If anybody, he owe Ak at least a quick shout out. Yeah, my nigga Ak in the song something. The way he be riding it, you give him something, bro.
This type of media, and it just like made people so angry that two people who actually like have just like maybe nothing to talk about. Or everything to talk about, but just based on like
y'all have nothing to talk about.
Energy could.
So Ridge is already really good at the wallet and all the everyday kind of stuff, but
I'm sorry, yo. I'm still not gonna pay for that YouTube Premium though.
With their first
they can
come together. I think it changed a lot of things. It changed a lot of things like on TikTok. It changed a lot of things like in the streaming world. Like it made people more comfortable to go sit down with somebody that they've never sat down with before. Like not to take like
they was doing that before.
Take credit, but when I do see like somebody, who keeps to themselves, like a Nicki Minaj, like go to like Kai Cenat's house, or like I see these musicians go to like a guy like Playboy Max's studio and start making songs with him. Like
shout out Playboy Max.
Did usher in the idea of just like you can be from two completely different walks of life. Celebrities are not here. That we're like, the goal is not to be like some unattainable head for your whole life, and only to like sit with Zane Lowe while he like asks you like the most like curated and formal questions. No disrespect to him, but it's just like I think we did.
Drake does seem like Drake does seem more human here than what other people make him out to be. Like Akademiks, you ask Drake like a demigod, but he seem more human here. I think that's why he not giving him the shout out, because like, damn nigga, get off my dick. You feel me?
Something that was special,
Yeah.
And
First, we got to cast a lot of stuff to the side. No, the only people it changed anything for was you and
Bobby
her,
Alto,
and
no
more so
facts.
her than you. Because yeah, people were gonna be upset. That's like saying when he did a stream with XQC, it changed everything because a bunch of hip hop outlets were upset that he hopped on a stream with XQC. No, people weren't really mad. People didn't like her because she also took from Funny Marco, and people felt that she did it worse. And let's keep it a buck. It's because she's a white chick. That's most of it. But that wasn't the end. He felt like it ushered in a new era. What are you talking about? He did this podcast, what? When was the original one?
2004?
2023? Dog.
Oh, shit.
July
I guess-
2023 was when he did this podcast. You
Damn,
didn't usher
time
in
is
jack
flying, bro. I ain't gonna
anything.
lie.
Aiden Ross was in 2021. Like, talking about, going and sitting down with people that you're not so comfortable with. Aiden Ross cycled through every single rapper in that era in his
He
2021.
definitely did.
Even Uzi linked up with him back then, which was
Now I
crazy
do it,
to
I
see.
want.
So no, you didn't
Now
do
I
anything.
do it.
Like, what
Yo,
the
Uzi
hell?
too
This guy's
tough,
talking
man.
about, no, we changed a lot. Maybe you changed some stuff on TikTok, but in the grand scheme of things, no. Plaqueboy Max grinded it up from the bottom. Plaqueboy Max was doing in the boots with random artists. Not random, but underground artists. And then he had random artists come up because Laserdem blew up from a Plaqueboy Max stream.
Real shit?
He was
I had
just
no
a guy
clue.
that I guess was watching him. And
My mans be fans of Laserdom. I had no clue he was actually like blown up off of Max's shit. I thought he just came out the ass crack of nowhere, bro.
And he was showing up on different Discord like dates and stuff like that. So some guy from his community blew up, and people were sending beats in from his community. So he was really doing it grassroots. Then he got underground artists after that, and then when he got so lit, the mainstream artists came. And you haven't even you've tapped in with Plaqueboy Max, you hit him up, but you haven't even done anything yet. So you kind of just wait, except for this girl.
Shit.
That's the thing.
I ain't had a
Well,
clue.
actually, maybe I don't know another instance in which Drake tapped in with somebody before they had any motion. And we're talking about like this chick had zero motion before Drake tapped in with her. Other than maybe like a slimy. So too much Young Thug talk got me twisting my
Slimy
words.
slant.
Smiley, who you could say he had some motion maybe in Toronto or maybe in the Toronto streets, and Drake messed with him and he gave him a hit.
Never
But
heard
yeah,
of men's.
that interview didn't do anything. And then he's talking about like, they're gonna be so mad. And you know what the funny thing is? He
No one cares.
almost slipped up and said that, they have so much to talk about. As in, me and you were the same. Like, you are actually representative of me when I'm not acting out this hip hop persona. But he caught himself. It was a smart catch there. But how does Akademiks feel about all this? Because it's keeping it a buck. This guy's been fighting. This guy's been at war with Drake stands or with Kendrick stands for well over a year, and you just dubbing him like this. So when this initially was announced,
It's how it
he
go, though.
let people know that he was frustrated. So I'm gonna play you guys that clip right now.
I've known this info for a while. I was actually waiting to low-key leverage this for an interview. But I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little pissed off because I seen Drake with Bobby Alco, so I'm tight.
That's why you're not gonna get the interview, nigga. You try with something. Leverage it for an interview. What, you gonna blackmail him? Hey, that's some whole shit. Hold your L and keep it in motion, my nigga. Take your L and keep it in motion, my nigga. He don't want to interview you. Fuck it, then just leave, bro. Who cares? If she ain't want you, you can't. I'ma have it. No. All right, have a good one. On to the
I
next
ain't
one.
gonna cap with you. I'm a little tight. So, fuck it. We gotta get to it.
So here he's like, I'm not too happy about this. You shouldn't be. But then he goes on in this next clip where it gets a little bit juicy. Pause.
It's clear to say, and I'm gonna sit here and speak to y'all very openly honestly, because I do hear
Grand Wizard
a lot
chat,
of
nigga.
not even rumblings, but there's a loud echo and a loud noise saying, "Yo, Drake, my brother, I think you're not reading the room here. You just went through one of the most horrifying rap battles of life, and the entire premise was trying to show or trying to say you're not someone of the culture, and you keep doing content with people who seemingly are not within hip hop." Okay? And I completely understand that. And by the way, I do kind of look at Drake like, bad timing again. Now, honestly, I think this is a great business move. I just think it's bad timing. I think Drake, again, I could be
who
wrong. I haven't
cares?
asked him about it.
What's good timing, bad timing, left timing, right timing? Just do it, nigga. If it's bad timing, it's bad timing. We will never know. Don't matter again.
It's no way he doesn't own a part of this podcast or the company that owns this podcast.
He probably do. That's
or
why
is
he's doing
giving
it,
this
nigga.
woman an opportunity.
Simple.
With all due respect, Bobby Altoff is not a talented person. With all due respect.
Yo, like, no hating shit, bro. Like, we all know it. She don't give off any type of energy with, like, I can see why we fucking with her. It's like she's very bland. Bobby Altoff type shorty have an all-white house. Or all-white with some black accents. No. I work in a paint shop. She's gonna have a majority white house, bunch of off-whites, and maybe a light French gray wall or two, or a room, just to have a little bit off balance to it.
There is a lane for her to flourish, but especially within the lane that she is trying to cannibalize off of, without Drake walking her through the door. Now, not once, but twice, she is not as effective. No one really wants to sit with her. She comes across as either condescending or absent-minded. She doesn't do great interviews, but you are doing what we've accused Jay of doing. Giving someone a cultural key that maybe we don't think should even be a cultural.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
She's not interesting.
So now you've told them they could live here. Drake has to, like, and I've spoken to many people about it. They're like, yo, no, Drake must be trying to fuck her. If Drake is doing this to try to fuck this chick, he's too horny. No, it's too great. No, it's too horny. He has to own part of her podcast or the network that's publishing her podcast. Otherwise, nothing.
This don't make no sense.
I will stick on that. Again, I would rather, and I hear the rumblings of people saying, no, Drake is just avoiding hip-hop press. Like, people are like, well, yeah, he ain't gonna do nothing with you, Maul, or nobody else. He's just avoiding y'all because he don't want to answer the questions. I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's the case. I think he is gonna do that in due time. And I want to believe that he has business with this woman. I will say the timing is still horrible. And reading the room is still.
I mean, that ran because like a year ago, bro.
I've said about Drake,
it don't matter
especially
no more.
post beef.
I'm not gonna lie, I gotta give credit.
If you still talking about Kendrick versus Drake beef, nigga, grow up, nigga. I'm not gonna lie.
Here, this is grade A copium. I've never seen copium like this. This is medical grade copium. Talk about like, oh, he has to own, and he even says later on, which we'll get into, that he doesn't even know if he owns any of the podcasts. But let's keep it real, man. Podcasts are not making money. Like the idea that people have of like, yo, podcasts are making. You remember when there was a year or two when people were like, yo, podcasters are making so much money? No, they're not. Let's be real here. Maybe the ones that have an ad network that they're jacking up numbers for, I'm talking about Barstool. So what really happens is like this network or this podcast network has a bunch of podcasts under it, and then they go to these brands or corporations and they're like, hey, we get all of these views on our podcast network, pay us this much for all these ads, and then they distribute that to each, and then they have each of these podcasts run the ads and they jack their numbers up. I don't want to point out exact names, but you can tell like some of these numbers are just.
They even view button podcasts now. God damn. They doing it with music, podcasts. What else they doing it with? Jesus.
Disgusting in comparison to how, and they're incentivized to do that because the more numbers that they can show for this podcast network, the higher deals they can get. So this is pennies to Drake. Drake has a steak deal. This guy's got a gambling deal that's paying him maybe $10 million a month. Who knows? Possibly more. And you're telling me he's gonna do something that hurts his reputation to what? Get some crumbs? Like this chick's not gonna make more than 10 M's in a year unless she's got disgusting deals that we don't know about. And maybe, who knows? But
they'd be niggas' problems. They'd be like, what? She make like 10 M's a year. She make 10 M's. I'm getting 20%. That's like what? 2 M's. That's an extra 2 M's I wouldn't have had if I didn't do this. So I might as well do this real quick. You feel me?
Nah, I don't think this is something that Drake even wants to be involved in, to be frank. So I really don't think he's in business with her. Now, of course, I'm willing to be proven wrong, and I would like to hear just the logic behind why he would get with her as opposed to any other person who he could get lit with a podcast, or someone that's already got a podcast and maybe he wants to take them to the next level. So I don't think that's the case, but I am willing to accept the theory of this was a big FU to everybody else, where he said like, yo, all these media outlets, not only were they down in me because barely any of them were actually supporting Drake during the beef, and Kendrick didn't give them an interview either. He just gave them a mandatory showing up with Apple Music because they were like the sponsors or the presenters of the Super Bowl.
Do the bare minimum and get out, get your money and leave.
And he was doing the Super Bowl show, and Nadesco was out there acting as if it was the resurrection of Jesus Christ himself coming back at the end of times. Like the way that she was reacting, it was I'm not gonna get into like her personal life, that would be rude, but yeah, that reaction was quite shocking. She was shaking. It's hilarious. So I think he thought to himself, like, yo, how can I give a big FU to all of these people that want me to show up with them? And this was his way of doing it. Because throughout the...
What's wrong with you, man? You come in the house shouting, doing all this. What happened? And you send me a message about the lady like she in the wrong or something.
What? You didn't like what I said?
That white lady sounded very reasonable to me, Mom. No.
And again, the response wasn't appropriate?
It was fine, but you should have communicated that a little earlier, because I feel like this is the second time she complained.
When I sent the text to let them know, she's like, oh, will I be getting clean? I said, I'll see what I can do.
When was that?
When I took before I took the week off.
And you still see what you could do?
Well, I might see what I could do is if there's a cancellation or I have an opportunity. There wasn't any. And she talked about 5 Mondays holidays for the year. When I look at it, there are 2 holidays we actually take off, Memorial and Labor Day. You so happen to fall on the Labor Day.
And this what you got you hot, Mom?
Come on, she got me hot from the time I happened to see it. I didn't even read it. I gave it to Monica to read.
Mom.
No. Mom what? And guess what? And the Monday she getting clean? Mm-hmm. Is the Monday I have my doctor's appointment. So you'll have to take Miss Monica.
So what you mad for? I should be mad then.
What are you mad for?
Because I must take her. I must deal with this lady now. I don't even know what this lady is.
She may not be there when you get there. Who the hell cares? You know, that's why we need to at least try it quick. I see some more people. I thought he stopped this thing on Recruiter. I have money to pay for all this, you know.
Did you tell him that?
I told him to stop it. Because I said it was just to run for a couple of days. There was nothing on Indeed. But anyway, could you look at the Recruiter and see what...
I'm doing my stuff now.
What are you doing?
My stuff.
Which is what stuff?
I'm in the middle of recording. I'm at 17
Recording
minutes.
What?
A video. Recording what? Recording this. If I tell you stuff 2 days ago, how you forget so fast? You ain't at that age yet, Mom. You ain't at that age yet. Don't pretend with me. Don't echo with me, man. That's my mom, though. Gotta love her.
The interview, he answers a lot of...
For what? I sent him a text, Mom. His phone not on, so I gotta go to WhatsApp and text him, and now he just responded to me. Did I get happy birthday? Did anybody ask me that? I don't care about that. Who the hell cares about that? What did he say? But I must kiss ass.
What did he say?
Thanks, cousin. Now close my damn door, man.
Okay, good. Now you need to take that t-shirt off and give it to me because I need to start walking around with that damn t-shirt. Like, no, not today, not tomorrow.
Yeah, nah. First of all, this shirt too tight for me anyway, man.
Apparently. You need to go to Amaya.
Yeah, I don't know why his sister got me this for.
Whose sister? Who gave her?
And Gil. Along with 5 other of these shirts.
When?
For Christmas. I just said thank you and kept my life pushing, Mom. That's all you had to do. That's what Jesus said to do. Turn the other cheek and laugh.
Questions that would have been asked. And this was for sure scripted, not as in word for word, but they were like, hey, let's touch on these topics and let's do them in our way. And they bounce off of each other well. Like, the interview was entertaining. I'm not going to lie about that. But yeah, Akademiks, he's trying to cope here. And he goes on in this next clip where he believes that Drake is just doing it for the money.
You have questions like, how do you feel about
Why else would you do it?
I feel
for
Drake
the money
isn't
and for the
reading the room properly, but I think Drake is doing business. Again, just like when people ask me about the Kick situation or why doesn't he stream with you? I don't think Drake wants to stream. I think Drake sees a lucrative dollar sign.
He be acting like a little girl, bro. Oh my God, Drake, Drake.
And I don't think Drake wants a podcast.
Being
I
worried
think
about
Drake is
another man
podcasting
like this is crazy.
for a business opportunity. I could be wrong, and I'm okay and open to stand, possibly at the precipice of, hey, no, you're wrong. This is just out of touch, but I don't believe that's what that is. Again, specifically because it's Bobby Althoff, is puzzling to me because it's making me say, it's not even about, are you going to do content with, say, a me or a Mealy Mall or something? It becomes, bro, you got to realize that hip-hop and urban culture has dejected this woman. They don't like her. They think she's condescending, ear-headed. They feel she's getting
no one cares for it, bro. It's not even all that. It's like, bro, you not entertaining, we not go watch. Simple.
Deserve. They feel, even in whatever resolve they had with the Yachty situation, they feel like she's talking down to black artists who maybe she's looking at as, oh, y'all are stupid.
I think the decisions that Drake makes
not even
just
all that, bro.
for
We
the
just
money
don't
are
care, gang.
very few and far between. For instance, streaming with XQC, I think that's just for the money. With Aiden Ross, I think initially it was just for the money. Like Steak, of course, just for the money. And you can see that in his frustration with Bijan, who is a co-owner of Steak, and his deal, and him deleting his Kick account and then bringing his Kick account back. And that's big money. Everything else, Drake has really done off the love. Like even Migos, I think it was Offset, he's been on an interview tour recently, and he's talking about how Drake gave them such favorable.
Yo, no, that featured walk it like you talk it. That shit. Walk it like I talk it. Walk it like I talk it. I ain't gotta stay in my zone. Say that we been beefing, dog, but you on your own. First night, she gonna let me hit cause we grown, eh? Yo, that Drake feature was undefeated.
Splits in the songs that they did together, and how he was like a solid one for doing that. He could have made money off of that. Migos were hot. He knew those songs were going to go crazy as well, or he knew that those songs would make a lot of money if he hopped on them. So I don't think he's making these decisions money-based, but Akademiks is right in that when the music comes out, because music hasn't come out yet. When the music comes out, then you've got to do something, and the something has to be with Akademiks. If another rollout, honestly, we already know Drake don't really mess with Ak. He just sees him as a fan page.
Thanks.
Like Thugger updates, he probably gets more love from Thug than Akademiks gets from Drake.
I mean, cause Thug be a pillow talking, so of course you're gonna love the gossip page and all that.
Being honest here, or Thugger Daily, is that? Yeah, it's Thugger Daily and Gunna updates or whatever. But if it happens again, Akademiks will find a cope. He will always find a cope for sure, because he just loves Drake that much. But I would be just looking at. I don't think he could let a cope slide this time too, because this would be post biggest beef ever. And how he covered that beef, yeah, I actually don't think Akademiks would find a cope for this one. But the thing is, Drake, they're asking him to do an interview because he's the loser. Like some people say, well, why aren't they demanding Kendrick do something? Well, Kendrick won, so you can just coast off of it. And Kendrick has always.
Kendrick Lamar, my top 3 favorite artists of all time. I enjoyed the beef because I hated Drake for a period of time. I'm starting to come off of it because I do respect Drake. But what they turned Kendrick into, I didn't enjoy. I feel like Kendrick was more like a vibe rapper with lyricism. Like, I could drive to some shit on a Sunday afternoon, have Kendrick bumping out the car window with a nice clear sky, trees in the motion, all that. He started dropping all this gangster shit. Not that he was a gangster before, but now he talking about some, I think it's time to watch the party die. Nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? Whoa. We just came here to have a good time. That song was also a bang. Alright though, y'all. Peace. I'm gonna talk to y'all later because she about to work my last 2 nerve.